Hello everybody, Giselle Grenier here from artplace.ca. In today's video, I'm going to make myself a second wood block doll. The first one I did was a prototype and I named it after Carol, who sent me a picture of her face to put on the doll. The original design was inspired by Mark Montano. He created these beautiful wood dolls and I'm going to be doing one as well, putting a spin, my own spin on it. So Rated Joe's Workshop, and I got these pieces of wood. These are cedar planks that are scraps from the 6-foot tall planter bench that he made for me. So I just grabbed these, and then I'm sure this is important to him. There's a whole bunch of measurements on here. He'll never know I took it, but I've got that. So the idea is that that's the body, that's for the face, and this is for the hat. So here's a beautiful printable. Now this printable you can find, I'll link it in the supply list. You can find this on Mark's blog, the printable for this. And I think, I'm trying to think where I got this one. I may have gotten this at thegraphicsfairy.com. I don't know if I got it on Mark's blog. Now, I don't know if, well, I'll look to see if it was on Mark's blog. Anyways, everything will be on the supply list, but I think this is Graphics Fairy. So I've got, that's gonna be like that. Then I've got myself some buttons. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these. And I've got these little brad thingies. I got all this stuff at Michael's. 369. So you guys follow me. You know that I have a reason for using 369 a lot in my projects. Oh, Mia's here. And I've got eyelets for the feetsies, which are going to go here. And for her legs, I'm going to use these metal keys. Picked these up at Michael's for, I think, $1.50 a piece. So these are going to be her legs. Now, she is going to be tall, so I'm going to have to, hopefully I won't get off camera. And the colors, limited palette, transparent yellow iron oxide, transparent red iron oxide, green gold, and titanium white. I may bring some additional colors out. I don't know yet. And I've got some extra stuff here. So a Andy Skinner stencil called Bubbles, fenced in stencil from DecoArt. These are both DecoArt stencils. And then I've got some paper, and I'm looking at the script here. I also have these printable wings. And I've got two that I'm going to show you the technique, but I've got ones that I already made up because it took me about an hour for those. And some little chipboard letters. These are from K and Company. And they're called Letterpress Alpha and Word Adhesive Chipboard. And I'm going to spell out the name of the doll. I don't know what the name of the doll is going to be. This is, like, I really love this. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to name her yet. So first thing we got to do is cut everything out. So I'm gonna take this, and your printer, just print it out. Find some wood. If you don't have wood blocks, use cardboard packaging, or packing boxes. Use do I want to keep her arms? How big will that go? Yeah, I want to keep her arms. Use just moving boxes, that type of thing. Use that. That's her elbow. And if you don't want the arms, no big deal. You see I'm being fairly quick with this. We're going to outline this as well. I'm already stressed out having to use my glue gun. I burned myself really, really badly. And so in my mind, I'm trying to think of the different way I'm going to glue everything. Now, I picked up some E6000 glue because I was watching Mark's videos. He uses that a lot. And the only thing is that it's toxic and very smelly. So we're having a middle of February and it's super, super nice outside. I may open the window. Okay, so I'm thinking I want the chipped part here to show. And what I'm going to be doing is, usually I like to seal the wood, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it. I'm going to 2 coats of paint. I'm going to paint it, then collage and paint it again, so it'll have 2 coats of paint. The paint is acrylic, so it'll also put a little bit of a sealer on there. The other thing is, if you're going to have pieces like this that are really rough, you need to sand them, or I can just leave it on the back. Actually, that may be what I do. Ooh, I love that hole. I love that hole. Love that hole. So, but it'll be covered up. Well, so what do? I wanted the edge to be on this side, then I can do it like this. And then I'll just have to narrow down the dress, or wrap it around. No biggie. No biggie at all. Actually, that's actually kind of cool. So usually what I would like to do is just make it long like this, and then, you know, put the block here. But the block is actually too long, so I think I'm going to have to actually get Joe to cut it for me, because the head's going to go here. So I think I'm going to go ask Joe to cut the block for me, cut it shorter. And then the face, now, do you want to keep the hat or not? Doesn't really matter. All I'm going to do is I'm going to cut her head out here. I'm getting rid of her hat. And cutting this out here. This is going to be an interesting one. This is going to be an interesting one. So, I could, the whole thing is using what you have. The whole thing is using what you have. See, the wood block is a little bit large. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it like that. Then when I put it together, no, I'm not going to get the wood block. I'm not going to cut the wood block. I'm going to put a scarf on her. I'm going to put a scarf on her head, on her face, on her neck, I should say. Oh my God. So I'm going to put some fabric here to make it look like a scarf, and then have that draped down. So that's going to do. So that's going to blend the neck and the head. Or I could do it this way, hat, and then put something over her head here, which actually might be a better idea. That'll be easier. Okay, I'm going to cut that straight. That way it'll collage easy. And for down here, I may just put another piece of fabric in here just to kind of cover this up, so I don't have to get Joe to cut this. The whole thing is use the scrap as is. Okay, now I'll cut that out. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. Now for the butterflies, what you're going to do is, I've got some decoupage. This is gloss. This is the decoupage gloss, and 2 printouts. You can get the butterflies at the graphics fairy as well. Just going to wet them a little bit to relax them. Then I'm going to take my brush, and on one butterfly, I'm just going to apply a layer of the decoupage medium to the top. And I'll just let it sit to dry. You can use varnish if you want. You don't have to use decoupage medium. So I'll let that dry. And then on this one, took a piece of tissue paper, carton tissue paper, and I'll put a layer on here, and a layer there. Put that there. Oh, there goes Ms. Barky Pants. then decoupage that right on top. I'll let this dry, and then I'll apply 2 more layers on top of this. And on this one, let that dry, another layer. So it'll be 2 layers of the decoupage medium on both sides. So I'm going to put that aside to dry. Okay, over there, put that on top. And then you end up with this. So what I did on the cardboard ones, I just cut them out and just cut them right in half. And then the other one as well, cut that as well. So the idea is this is going to go behind the block like that. And then these are also going to get glued on top, and then, but I'm going to curl them so it looks 3-dimensional. Okay? So that's that. And let's paint the wood now. You can really paint these any color you want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm going to use the number 16 brush. So let's paint the head. Transparent yellow iron oxide. So I'm just going to put a coat of paint on that. And I'm not sealing it or putting gesso on there because I want the brown of the wood to show through the grain, but then I'm just thinking now I'm going to be putting paper on this, so it doesn't really matter. And this is also just to help it also creates a seal. I'm going to be painting the back as well, because I like to finish the back of my pieces. Not adding water to this, so I don't get my fingers covered in paint. I'm going to take this and quickly dry it. And now the body with green gold. You don't have to do this part. You can just collage the paper right on top. I like the idea of when the paper gets collaged on top, that some of this color is going to show through. And again, acrylics also have a bit of a sealer inside. So I'm just going to continue on painting this, drying it, then doing the other side. And the hat I'm going to paint with white. Okay, so we've got the blocks ready. So I'm going to collage some strips of paper. You can use anything you want for this. I'm using the decoupage paper, Vintage Silhouette. And my favorite is the text. I've taken all the packages and I just put them into one big package to make it easier to handle. And I'm liking this scripty stuff. So that's what I'm going to use. You can use text from a magazine. Okay. So I'm just going to tear pieces. Just because these are just in the background. Okay. And I'm going to put this only on the body and the block for the head. So let's just start with that. And I can use the same decoupage medium. I would prefer actually using the matte because it makes it easier to paint. But we'll see what happens. Oh, forgot to spray that. Makes it easier to collage. Alright, so I'm going to put the collage medium on here. Decoupage medium. And this is a long, tedious process, so I'll just continue working and you can just sit back and watch or just skip ahead to the next section. So slightly wet the paper first. And then put the decoupage medium on both sides and then just wrap it around. This will take a bit of time to dry, so you can go ahead and work on something else while this finishes up. And the dress is going to cover a lot of this, so don't worry about being perfect. And I'm just looking to see what I need to cover up. You can go all the way around if you want, or just do the front. That's completely up to you. Like I said, there's no hard rules. So I'm just going to keep going. Now to dry them, I've got a piece of masonite with wax paper. This is my drying rack that Joe made for me. And I've got these painter's pyramids. Just going to dry them like so. Oh, Mia started barking, so I just have to stop until she settled. So I've got these on the painter's pyramids. I'll let them sit. It'll take a couple hours to dry, no big deal, because I can always work on another project. What I want to do next though is paint the hat. So to paint the polka dots, I forgot to bring out some type of black, so I'm going to use ultramarine blue and burnt umber. You can use pure black if you want. I don't particularly like using pure black unless it's to paint the pupil of an eye. And come on. So all I'm going to do is just stencil these little dots on the block. Really, really easy. Easy peasy. I'm using burnt umber because it's more opaque than the burnt sienna. And I'm making it a bit more on the blue side. I'm doing it quite lightly to start. That way you get crisp shapes. And I didn't move the stencil high enough. See if I can. Oh, bit too much paint. Bit too much paint. Okay, so let me just quickly dry this with the heat gun. That can be the back. I changed my mind. I'm not going to use the paint. The paint is fine for that side, but I'm thinking I want it to be a little bit more shiny, and I don't know why I didn't even think of this before. The wax metallics. The piece is so small, it makes it a bit difficult to handle. So I'm going to try with the wax metallics, and this is black shimmer. The other one, I forgot my brush was wet. So let's just see what happens. The piece is so small. I'm thinking now, easier way to do it, just collage paper on top of it and use a stamp. But actually this wax metallic is pretty good. It's also holding the, look at that, perfect. Perfect, perfect. I was holding the piece down at the stencil. So if I try doing it this way, I also changed my stencil brush to a little dome-shaped one. See, this is a little bit more difficult. This is honestly a little bit more work than I would like to do on this. Let's see how far I can go. Could use a tip of a Q-tip and just dab the paint. That actually would have been much easier. Not going to worry about the bottom, but there we go. So that actually didn't turn out too bad. And because this, you can thin this with water, so all I'm going to do is just spray to wipe that up. Same thing with the stencil. Just spray. If you don't want to waste, just do this over slower so you don't damage the stencil. Do this over an art journal so that way you can take advantage of the excess. I'm in too much of a hurry because I don't want this video to take 5 hours to do. All right. So now, because this is a wax metallic, we need to buff it to make it permanent. So I'm just going to take a soft cloth, soft paper towel, and just rub. This one's not going to work because of all the, this is the cut side. This is going to smear. That's the painted side. Okay, well, now I know for next time that I'm not going to try to do a stencil on this small of a piece. Stencil the whole piece, then cut it. That would be better. So I've got the chromatic black side and the metallic side. Okay, that's that. Now I'm going to paint the dress, and I'm thinking the dress, I want to paint a transparent red iron oxide. So the good thing about this project is that you can do all the pieces in different stages. And just paint that like that. And I'm going to add a bit more water to that. I want it to be a stain. And your paper is going to start to curl. That's the nature of it. And I just realized that I didn't put the decoupage medium over the dress. I can just feel the paint just being sucked right into the paper. I'm not going to worry about it. But when you put the decoupage medium on it first, it creates a bit of a barrier. So the paint application is smoother. You should be able to, not including drying time, you should be able to make this doll in a half an hour. And also, if you're, I'm going to make this a little bit darker here where the shading is. If you're using, if you have a printer and you're using no-name inks, keep in mind that when you do this part, your ink may smear. The brand name, like I have an HP, and I use the HP inks, and the ink is permanent. So just be careful of that when you're printing. That's why decoupage medium first, and creates a, it makes a seal. Go. This just adds extra shape to the dress. And once you get the first layer of paint down and it's dry, it's permanent. It's not going anywhere. And I'm just going to add some lines here for the fabric. I want it to be nice and deep. There we go. And I painted her arms, which is fine. No biggie. So I'm going to put that aside to dry. And I think that's about it. Now, Once everything is dried, then we can start putting everything together. Yeah, there's nothing else left to do. Okay, so I'm going to clean up, and then when we come back, we'll finish off the doll. Alrighty, it's a few hours later. Oh, please bear with me. I've opened the windows. It is so beautiful outside. It's the 19th of February, and people are outside in their t-shirts, which is nice, but it's kind of scary because February is never like this. and I was fussing with the stupid dress, and I came up with a really good idea. Who says I had to stick with the dress? Nobody. So Joe found this corrugated cardboard at the dollar store. So I cut a piece. And I hate the idea I'm going to lose that circle there, but so her body's going to go here, and I'm going to make it like that. And then I took some trim, and I'm going to glue the trim right on top, and then cut that around. It's not going to be the boudoir style that I wanted, but you know, I had to work with what I had because I did not want to cut the piece of wood. So now what we got to do is, oh, just going to reach, sorry. I'm going to collage this down. And everything after, once I do the collaging, it's all assembling after that. Oh, opened up all the windows and the furnace just went on. Oh, when Joe gets back from his walk, he's going to have a fit. Oh, we have company. We have company. We have company. Somebody's just realized, oh, the water bucket's open. Let's put that right there. Go. Go away. She's gonna go lay on my laptop, I bet. Okay. Oh, so beautiful outside. We are within walking distance of a waterfall, Mount Albion waterfall. You can't find parking, and we can walk, so it's no big deal. But you got people parking on the street, which is not good. You should not be parking on the street. Now she's watching. Now she was sitting on top of my heat gun, which is on. Then she was watching the monitor. She's like right here. So collage that on there. That won't take long. Put that aside. Actually, no, I can do this now. I think I'm actually going to use the heat gun on that. I need to make a bit of an adjustment here. A little bit of an adjustment. All right. And I can also put a little belt around her. There we are. Let's see if I can use the matte medium. And put that there. I have so much stuff around me. Joe says, for a creative, you're sure a mess. You're sure working a mess. Well, yeah, well, creatives don't care about what, this out of sight, out of mind. It's got to be in front. This is driving me crazy. I hate my studio when it's a mess because I spend more time looking for stuff. There we go. And I just realized I didn't paint the paper. Oh, that's okay. You can still paint it. I'm not sure if I want to paint it now. Yes, I do. Okay, so that's that. Put that aside. Cap that. Oh, better cover my apple juice. Hang on. Chaos happens to like, I don't know why she likes my apple juice. and the kids aren't outside. When in the summertime when I film and the windows are open, I can't keep the windows open. Ow. Because the kids, when they hear me talking through the window, they know I'm filming. They want to come on camera. All right. So, do we want to paint this? Yeah, let's paint this here. So let's see. The head, we're going to do it transparent yellow iron oxide, which will be nice as a contrast to the blue. And I'm using the same brush. Don't need to worry about a clean brush for this. Same dirty brush. Just has matte medium on it. Doesn't matter. A bit more. I think I had left this open. It is really thick. I think I left this open by accident. Chaos is watching the camera monitor. Okay, so that's that, and I'm going to, this is the part that's being glued, so this is the hat part, so I am going to paint this part. I'm not sure why I didn't finish that back part. Okay, you can dry. You can dry. And green gold. Ooh, I'm glad I decided to paint that. Oh God, that's beautiful. I love this color. You can easily make this color. Let's see, so what do we got here? If you're using, let's see. Yeah, yellow, green, and another yellow. I'd have to actually look up the pigment numbers. But I've made this pigment, this mix, many times. When I've run out, it's easy to make. Especially if you're using the limited palette that I'm suggesting. Oh, I hear somebody outside. I think Joe's home with me for a walk. He's gonna have a fit because the windows are all open. You can't see what I'm doing here. Oh, yep, he's home. And here comes Mia. Okay, that's a beautiful color. All right. Okay, so I'm going to dry this with the heat gun. Okay, so I brought out a whole bunch of embellishments, and I'm going to give this a try, see if we can do this before Mia starts to bark. All right, so I'm going to put the dress on here. I'm using the glue gun for everything now. And the glue gun does not quite reach. Oh, I apologize for that crunching. It's you know who. Okay, then put another one here, and I can trim that down. There's going to be a little belt going on here. Okay. This one, and this one. Ouch. Okay. There we go. So we have some lace there. I was thinking about crinkling it up, which would look really, really pretty. Oh. Okay, so that's that. And now the collar I'm going to do after. So her head, I can do her head now. So let me think. I was going to use regular wood glue. I want to see how strong this stuff is though. And that's fine, it not being completely even there. You probably, what the heck is she doing? What is she doing? What is she doing? You have to watch. And I didn't get the metallic side, I left the metallic side on the back. That's fine. So, I'm going to use these awesome little paper flowers. I'll have to get some more though. I'll get a couple of little ones for, actually do I need? Not really, but I think I want to. Okay. Let those sit. Now, onto here. Let me put the eyelets in here first. Oh, Mia's on a barking fit, so. Those right about there. Now remember the last one I did with this? I said, oh no, I'm gonna have to get Joe to put an eyelet for me, or a pilot hole. This is okay because I'm going right into the grain of the wood, or so I say. And you don't need to buy these eyelets at the art store because you know you're going to pay more. You can get these at the dollar store or Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever you shop for hardware and stuff. Okay. I was going to use a jump ring. Think about just using the these twine. I think I'm going to use that. Should I tie it or should I make a bow? Oh, I can't do much with this stupid band-aid on my thumb. Oh. No, I can't. Okay, let's try it this way. Okay. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. I love these keys. They are so... Oh, and I did it backwards. Oh well. I'll have to fix that up. That should be okay right there. Oh, no, it's not backwards. There we go. There's her legs. That's kind of cute with the little bow. Okay. All right, so let's put her head together. Now, the last one, I need another stick. The last one that I did, I used wood glue and I clamped it. And it was a mess. I want this to be done fast. So I want to test to see how well this new glue, the glue gun glue, works. Okay, that's instant. All right. Her little scarf. These little two. I'm not a fan of just using two of something. I could tie in another little flower somewhere. I think these are Tim Holtz flowers or something. Yeah, put that right there. Like that. Okay, so that's her little scarf. And I want that brooch on there. So if you follow me, you know the meaning of the 369. Oh, I gotta figure out. I gotta have to cut these off. I'm gonna have to get my. Can I get the scissors? Oh yeah, easy peasy. And you don't have to use the stuff that I'm using. You can just get any embellishment, print it off on your computer. Whatever symbols have meaning to you. And definitely with the glue gun for this one. Okay, and I'm going to put that in there. Right over her boob. Right over her boob. Okay. And I had these beautiful buttons I wanted to use, but I think I'm going to have to do them under her dress. Oh, there's my boudoir thing. She's got buttons under her dress. These buttons are amazing. Dollar store. I told Joe, I said, we got to go back because with the dollar store that we have, they bring in so much new stuff all the time. And whatever you have, whatever that you pick up now, it's never there the next week. There we go. Isn't that cool? That is so neat. Oh, I was going to look for another flower. Oh, and then I've got to do the butterfly wings. Let's do the butterfly wings. Actually, let me get the other flowers. And let me clean up this a little bit. Did I just say clean up this? Oh my God, clean this up. So I zoomed out as much as I could. And I found some little, I just did a dry fit on the little flowers here. So I'm adding another one there. Oh. You could tell I'm not a handy crafter with the glue gun. I don't pretend to be. Flowers up here would be kind of cool. This type of art is so outside my comfort zone. You guys don't really understand how outside my comfort zone this is. Oh my God. Oh. So I'm putting the butterflies, the paper version on top of the cardboard version. Oh, that's the one thing with the nice weather is all the stupid people outside with their revving and speeding and whatnot. Okay, so we'll be able to curl this up after. That is so wicked. Yeah, right about there, I'm thinking. Right about there. Oh, that is so awesome. All right, so you know what I should have done? Oh my God. I should have put my granddaughter's face on here, and this could have been a little present for her. That's what I should have done. Oh. What cracked? Something cracked. Something just cracked. Oh, okay. It's moving. So, all right. So this is not the best choice. So this glue gun, the actual glue, it's not the gun, it's the glue. It's no good. The glue stick that came with the Ryobi is fine. It's this stuff, which means it's probably not a hot temperature glue. So I'm gonna have to glue this with wood glue, or just use the Ryobi gun because that glue stuff is really hot. Okay. Okay, you're glued. You're glued. You're glued. You're glued. You're glued. You're glued. Alrighty. So what do you guys think? What do you think? She's pretty, eh? That is so cute. That's so pretty. Yeah, so outside my comfort zone. Could put a whole bunch of buttons here. That would actually, because I love that. So that's about it, you guys. That's about it. And I'm just going to curl these by hand. You know what would look really, really neat? Rhinestones. When I think of putting rhinestones in bling, you know who I think about? Oh, what was her name? Barbara Jean on that TV show Reba. I mean, that's gone. That's like a long time ago. And you millennials, you're gonna go, huh? Who? Yeah, Barbara Jean used to bedazzle everything. So now, we just lift those up a little bit. There we go. What do you think? Now, I'm not going to worry about it, but if you were selling these, you want to double-side this. You want to print these double-sided. And definitely use a high-temperature glue. Otherwise, just use wood glue and then clamp them. And just use a clamp like this. And the reason why I didn't do it, because the clamp wouldn't fit. Joe was so nice, he bought me these clamps. I said, here you go. Yeah, what am I going to do with them? And I didn't bother stenciling anything on here. Oh, Chaos is back. Let me unplug the glue gun. Hello. We have to name her. What are we going to name her? What are we going to name her? And I'm going to put her name up here. That's not going to show up. Oh, how about on the wings? Please don't tell me there's only one A. No, there's not. I was going to get all upset. Ava. That's my granddaughter's name. There we go. Ava. Ava calling. I should have used her picture there. So what do you guys think? Think she'll like it? Think she'll like it? I'm thinking I want to put another flower in there. I think I want to put another flower in there. I don't like, I want to put something in there. So let's find something soft. Maybe. I have so many little flowers, and although I think this is, they're kind of pretty, you guys probably laugh and say, oh, what kind of stuff is she using? I'm not, like this stuff is so outside my comfort zone. Ooh, that pretty flower. Where's, there we go. We'll do that. when you get past 5, the rule, you know, having odd numbers, that it doesn't really matter. There we go. So I hope that you enjoyed this and got inspired to make this for somebody. Make this for somebody who might get a kick out of something like this, and just, you know, just to have fun doing it. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So the only thing I am going to do though is I am going to change this after the video is finished and all that stuff. I'm going to pull these apart, and I should have waited, but I'm going to pull them apart. This one is okay, but if I put an eyelet here to hang it up, this may fall. But even now, look, it's just not sticking. So now I know with my experiment, no, not using that anymore. So anyways, and then the back, I can just finish the back with a label. But it's pretty well good to go. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you have the courage to try something like this, I would love to see a picture. And so please post it in my private Facebook group or email it to me. Links to both of those are on my website at artplace.ca. And thank you to Mark Montano for the inspiration for creating these. And yeah, this was a crazy project, and it was long, but it was a crazy project, and I hope that you give it a try. All right, so I'm going to clean up and get ready for my next project. So until I see you next time, stay inspired.